What's going on, everyone? My name's Tim Williams. We're here to break down today's early six-game MLB slate. Starts around 2 o'clock Eastern time. If you're new to the channel, what's up? My name's Tim. We're going to be breaking down each and every one of these games, pitching, hitting, all that good stuff. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't. A lot of good information in these slides. Yeah, I don't want to waste any time. Let's just jump right into it. Nice little six-game slate to focus on here. 8 over under in this first game here. Reds taking on the Brewers. Brewers favored it here at home. You have Molly taking on Peralta. Molly 9.4K, Peralta 10.3K. Honestly, I like both pitchers in this matchup for different reasons. We'll start with the red side, Molly. 28% strikeout rate here, 7.5% walk rate, which isn't that great, but not too bad facing a Brewers team here. And then his fly ball rate near 38%, which is okay. And then on the other side, Peralta, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the game right now, 37% strikeout rate. You know, the walks are kind of up there, 11%. Don't like to see that. He does give up a lot of fly balls, but that's just his game. Tougher matchup here against the Reds. They do like to hit the ball with a lot of power, but kind of give the upper hand to Peralta. He just seems to know how to pitch through these matchups. I like the strikeouts. So definitely both pitchers in play here. On the red side, bats, Winker 5.9K. He's just been mashing the ball this year. He's in a pretty decent position here. Peralta likes to give up a lot of fly balls. It's going to be tough to kind of stack the Reds in this one. I think there's a couple other games where we can get to as far as stacking goes. Winker just kind of an expensive one-off too, but you just kind of have to talk about him. Votto 4.3K. I just like the price. The value is okay. The Reds in general, they do take a lot of walks versus right-handed pitching. So that kind of aligns with Peralta's, high walk rate. Winker and Votto strike out less, which makes me more interested in those guys. But I don't know if I'm going to have the salary to get there. And then on the other side, the Brewers have a really high strikeout percentage lineup. They're all kind of priced up, into that mid 4K range. Yelich is really up there. He's 5.9, near 6K the last couple of days. They're just a little bit too expensive to get to. I like both pitchers in this matchup. Next, we have the Rays White Sox. White Sox favorited here at home, 8 over under. Yarbrough taking on Giolito. Yarbrough 9K, a little too pricey here. I do believe that, the last few games he has been a lot better. The strikeout rate isn't really there for the price, just under 20% there. Excellent control. He does give up, he limits fly balls here, 34.5%. He does give up the occasional home runs, though. I know he has got a couple of games where he's given up 3. So something to keep an eye out there. I'm not as interested in Yarbrough. And then Giolito on the other side, 31% strikeout rate, 8.1% walk rate here, 41.2% fly ball rate. So he's giving up those fly balls. He's been pitching much worse against right-handed batters. Tough to get to some of these Rays bats. I don't mind Lau at 4.4K as a one-off. He's probably leading off. He's got some pop in his bat. Wendell, 3.9K. I don't mind him either as a one-off. And then on the other side for the White Sox, they've been crushing left-handed pitching. They're one of the better hitting teams in baseball. Anderson 4.9, Abreu 5.1. These guys are all kind of priced just about right. Vaughn maybe for a little bit savings there, 2.9K, but definitely some interest on both sides. I don't mind Giolito in this spot. I expect him to be somewhat popular though. Rays do strike out a lot, so something to keep an eye out. Next, we have the Tigers, Royals. Royals favored here at home, 9.5 over under. Skubal taking on Singer. Skubal 7K, high risk, high reward, right? 27.9% strikeout rate, which is pretty good for that price. He has been pitching much, much better as of late. It seems like he's struggling to get out of the 5th or 6th inning. The walk rate's up there, 10.9%. He's giving up a lot of poor contact, really pitching to a lot of contact, 45.9% fly ball rate. To me, he's kind of like where baseball meets variance, right? He's going to get you those strikeouts. He could equally just blow up. Royals kind of tough to strike out here. And then Singer on the other side, 6.3K. He's definitely in the conversation. You're not really paying a ton for him. 23.6% strikeout rate, 8.2% walk rate, 50% ground ball rate, which is excellent. Really good job at limiting fly balls 27% of the time. He's good against righties, much worse against lefties. Tigers, some guys in play. We have to talk about Jonathan Scope, 5K. It's pricey, but he just continues to be mashing the ball. Grossman, 3.9. Somewhat interesting because he's leading off, 14.2% walk rate versus right-handed pitching. Singer can give up some walks, so he's kind of in the picture. And then Mazzara, like 2.7K, really cheap. He has that pop in his bat. So some guys and Tigers in play. And then on the other side with the Royals, I expect them to be somewhat kind of popular. We'll see though. Soler, Dozier, both at the top for value, 3.4K, 3.2K. I don't mind it. Those guys actually strike out a ton though. So it's going to go one way or the other against Skubal. Skubal's got that really nice strikeout stuff. Perez 5-1, maybe one of the more popular catching options in this one. Profiles well. Him and Santana, they don't strike out all that much. Same with Merrifield. And then Mondesi's in there. Not sure where he's going to hit in the order. 4.2K, not bad. He does, have that power speed combination. So interesting matchup here. High over under total for sure. Next, we have the Padres Rockies, 12 over under here. Padres favorited. This is going to be a wild one, I think. Snell, 8.6K, taking on Freeland. We'll talk about Snell. I don't really have any interest here. The Rockies are pretty good at home. The strikeout rate is good for Snell, 32.4%. 13.5% walk rate is extremely high. That's very dangerous in a ballpark like this. He has been doing a good job of keeping the fly balls in 30% of the time. However, he does give up a ton of hard contact, 48% of the time. He's been great against left-handed batters, really struggling against righties. So I think the righties are very much in play on the Rocky side. And then Freeland, RIP, I think this is a spot where I think he could just get lit up. Padres, this is their third game at Coors. Once teams have been there for a few days, they're kind of getting used to the air. Tatis, Machado at the top, like they're going to be extremely popular. Tatis yesterday was like 35% owned in some of those main contests, which is crazy. On a small slate like this, it might be wise to maybe look elsewhere in those big field tournaments. But I think the Padres are kind of safe here for sure. Pham, pretty expensive. It's more expensive than Machado, 5.8K. Grisham, Myers, salary savings for sure. I wouldn't mind trying to get to like a mini Padres stack. There's a lot of affordable bats on the slate, especially in the next game. And then on the Rocky side, very much in on them too. Snell has the ability to just kind of blow up. Rogers, 2.9K. They haven't priced him up at all, and he's probably going to be hitting in the 2-hole. I think they're going to throw a lot of righties at Snell. Hampson, 4K. Story, 5.2. Very much worth paying up for. You might get him at a lower ownership because Tatis is on the slate. You have Turner on the slate. And then Crone, who has been struggling here at times, but the price is fine, 4.5K. There's clearly a lot of upside in that bat. Next, we have the Angels, A's, 9 over under. The A's are favorited here at home. You have Canning taking on Irvin. Canning, 8.3K. The price is just kind of up there. I like the ballpark for this matchup. For pitching, 25.7% strikeout rate. The walks are high, 10.1%. He's giving up too much contact, which makes him a lot riskier. And then on the A side, Irvin, 7.4K. I just don't have a lot of interest here. The Angels don't strike out a ton, even with Trout out of the lineup. 17.1% strikeout rate. It's just not going to get it done. He does have good control, struggles a bit more to left-handed batters. Unfortunately for the Angels, it looks like they might only have one lefty in the lineup, which is Walsh. Very much interested in him, 4.8K. Stassi's been hitting the ball very well. You're getting a nice discount at catcher at 3.8K if he does start. Upton leading off, 4.2K. He's just up there trying to mash the ball. Ohtani, I don't mind the spend up. I prefer Ohtani against lefties, but he's Irvin's pitching to contact. Ohtani, he can strike out, but Irvin's not really striking out a ton of guys. I just favor Ohtani in this matchup. And then on the A side, DraftKings did a pretty good job of pricing the A's up. like they're more expensive than like some of those bats in that Coors game. Canna at 5K leading off. I don't mind him. Olson 5.7. It's kind of tough to get there with that price, but he's definitely in play. I put Kemp in there 3.1K. If he's in the 2 hole, if you're stacking the A's, I don't really like him necessarily as a one-off. And then Moreland, it's a discount to Olson taking up that first base spot, 3.6K if he's in the lineup. I think he does still have that pop in his bat. Canning does give up that contact, so we'll see. But definitely some bats in play here, but I might favor some of these other games. Next and final game we have is the Pirates Nationals 9.5 over under. Both pitchers in this matchup, DeYoung and Espino, don't have any interest there. This could be kind of a short leash pitching matchup here. Pirates bats, Hayes 4.7K. He's priced kind of right. It's kind of expensive, but he's definitely in play. Very dynamic hitter. Reynolds 3.3. Frazier leading off. He just doesn't strike out a ton, so he can kind of create some chaos at the top of the order. And then Polanco, I don't mind him as a one-off, 2.6K. He might be popular. We'll see. Nothing too crazy, but he does have that pop in his bat, and you're not paying a lot of money for him. And then on the other side, the Nationals might be my favorite stack on the slate. You can definitely mix them in with, those bats and Coors if you really want to. Schwarber, I don't know why his price is going down. He's definitely one of the best hitters on this team. 3.6K is insane. You're getting him at a nice discount. Bell 3.8, Harrison 3.3. I put those guys at the top because they're really cheap. This Nationals order might kind of turn around. They don't strike out a lot, so these guys might get that extra at bat or two. Turner 5.1, definitely a nice pivot at that shortstop position. And then Soto 5.4. He's been somewhat kind of disappointing, but always in the picture here. The Pirates bullpen, they can strike guys out, but they really haven't been good. They give up a lot of contact. So that'll do it. My name's Tim. Appreciate you watching. It's been awesome to kind of get back into these videos now that I got this new laptop. Working on, getting my my webcam and mic kind of situated here with the new plugins and stuff like that. But I hope this video helped you. It's nice to have some early baseball. I'll be putting out a video for this afternoon slate, the evening slate too. So make sure you subscribe, hit that bell, hit the like. It helps me a ton. Comment below your thoughts on this slate, and best of luck. Peace.